Welcome back to another episode of the Degenerate Cardboard Enthusiast. My name is Terry, and today's episode there's a lot to unpack, but I'll try to make it short and simple for you guys. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is yesterday's trailers with Part the Mistveil, where Legend Story Studio just released it to the banquet, the Pro Tour banquet in LA last night, and it blew my mind. You could see from my live reaction video that I just posted right before this video yesterday, and it was going crazy. A lot of, crazy, sexy assassin, concubine type of a geisha looking thing. And also you have the white hair illusionist Mist, like she's the very zen and like going the righteous path. And then you have New, which is like go the seductive, more like the thrill killing and all that stuff. And Enigma is like more like righteous, spiritual and everything. And then you got boom Zen, which is he's sort of, they say he's in ninja, but he looks more like a monk, especially when he has the Monkey King staff with that. And you can see he's all about now the Crouching Tiger, so a lot of the Crouching Tiger stuff are relevant again. Now, for those three heroes, so you have New, I'm not gonna say New, I said it like Vietnamese, like New, Enigma, and we have Zen. So so those are the three heroes. We're going back to a 3-hero set. We just came out of heavy hitters, which is 6 heroes, right? Let's see, Victor, Betsy, KO, Reinhardt. Yeah, 6 heroes. Now we're going back to 3. So I guess like there's some sort of trend going on. So what was right behind heavy hitters? It was what you call Bright Lights. That's 3. Okay. Now what's before Bright Lights? That was, I think, was Dusk to Dawn. So that wasn't a really hero thing, but they did introduce 2 new heroes, which has been said, and New Prism. Going back to that, what was that? Outsiders. That's 6. There you go. It looks like it's going back. And then before Outsider was, I think it's Uprising. I'm saying this off the top of my head. So it's 3, 6, 3, 6, right? Uprising 3, Outsiders 6, Metrics 3, Heavy Hitter 6, Part the Mistveil 3. I guess the 14th set would be maybe a 6 or something like that. So it's like, it looks like a 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6 type of thing. I just thought of that in my head like that. I just really remember that trend. All right. So now I was in that trailer. I really thought like at the last few scene, I saw a guy like a ninja like meditating atop a rock, and I really thought that was gonna be Benji. I have a love-hate relationship with Benji back before. It's time he was good, then he's like he's really bad. He's good, he's bad, we're back. Like I'm down, and I made a blitz deck for Benji, Crouching Tiger blitz deck before this whole Part the Mistveil thing going on. But I made it, and he has more of a pop-off turn, a lot more pop-off turn than my old Benji with the Crouching Tigers. You could create Crouching Tiger, you go 0, 0, 0, doesn't matter, and then you hit him with a Spring Titan, bam! You hit something like that. They're like, oh shit! Straws with that many Crouching Tigers or whatever. Alright, so card prices has been going up. Obviously, just watched Staxwell. Staxwell just made a mobile upload using his phone. So the guy's really on top of it, and he just sold Marvel's Crouching Tiger going for $70 right now. What else? Other card? Raw of the Tigers like $20 and something like that. So that like a lot of cards are really going up and stuff. And blue illusionist like Shimmers of Silver. I think that's gonna be relevant to Shimmer Silvers and a few more things, but I'm not a card market guy. I'm not really talking about that unless I see the data. But just saying, hype, new set hype, always gonna go up. Cards gonna pop off like crazy. Crouching Tiger is the first example right there. Crouching Tiger. Okay, next is now you have the new Blitz decks collection. It's kind of like Tulare Community College, where you come with a box with like a bunch of decks, and you also get a play mat. Now, the one thing I'm very excited for that thing is the play mat. Okay, when I first saw that play mat or that scenery It's the mysterious scenery with the floating mountains and the clouds and everything. I wanted that. This was back then where 2021 or something like that, when they did the calling, the first ever calling back during the pandemic in Vegas. It was just the first calling ever in the US that's like during the pandemic. This is where they did the series of 3, where they did the first one's gonna be first one was in Vegas, then they went to like I think Dallas, Cincinnati, and then the last one was I think Orlando when they did the whole Nationals. So don't quote me on that on the but I knew it was definitely Dallas, Cincinnati, and Vegas. And Vegas was the first one. And during that time, because I was watching videos and pictures, my brother won. I did not go. And they had all of these backdrops of the world of rave. They had the pits, they had Vocor, they have metrics, they have it, and then one of them was Mistveil. And if you have ever went to these big events, the calling and whatnot, you have seen these backdrops where you can take pictures of them. There's a picture of me with James White in the background of metrics. The metric was in the background on that stuff. So, long story short, I saw Mistveil, and I'm thinking to myself, I want that playmat. I want it. I want the playmat. Give me the playmat. And for years, like this is 2024, so it's been 3 years. I always wanted, and then sure enough, this new Blitz deck collection has that playmat. So I don't have to buy it. I don't have to win it and all that. So I have to buy it because I have to buy it. But I don't have to buy on the secondary market. I could buy the damn collection set, get those 3 decks, whatever, take them out, throw them away, I don't care, and I get the motherfucking playmat. Yes, I could get the Mistveil playmat finally, because I have been collecting these playmats for all of these worlds. So I got one for Solana with the one with the knights on, the knights coming into Solana. I got one of the pits when the pits came out. I got one of metrics, and there's a few of metrics. That's weird. Yeah, with the Community College and also for Bright Lights. I got one for Vocor, the one with the mountains and kind of like volcanoes erupting in the background. What else did I get? Anywhere else did we want to? No Savage Land yet. But Aria. I got one Aria, kind of like they got the Everfest one and also the Aria one where you kind of see like a guy with the elf ears in the background, like staring off into the trees and everything. So every time we go to a new set, I try to grab one of those playmats, and I have them. So that was very nice and stuff. I think Uprising was Vocor, so yeah, I have Vocor. Okay, so now they just unveiled that the next Worlds this year, is it this year? Yeah, I think so. This year is going to be back in Japan, Osaka. So remember a couple videos ago I was talking about how they're going to do the world premiere in Japan, and I was going through, is it worth it to go to Japan for just the world premiere and the calling, even all that stuff? And we were going back and forth where yeah, if you're going there for vacation, it's worth it. If you live in Asia and you're just going there for what you call, for the calling and all that stuff, it's worth it because it's only a couple $100 there. But if you're coming from Europe or the US and all that stuff, it's gonna be very expensive. So it'll only be worth it if you're a competitive player and you know you have a good chance of winning because you know how to read Japanese and write Japanese, and you're also a competitive player, you could. But if not, it's only worth it if you're really there for the vacation and then do the business. But now we're going back to Japan, to Osaka for Worlds. So by that time, you're gonna be very you're going to be very familiar with the cards of Part of Mistveil and whatnot. And even if they do only Japanese sets, you're going to be well aware, knowing what those cards are. You got to be plenty of time, because I think that happened in like October, like September, October. So that's be months of you knowing the cards already. Right? And you're a competitive player and you're going to Worlds. It's Worlds, right? The last Worlds I was in was San Jose Worlds, and in that tent, that wind tunnel tent. But it was a great time, and so It's gonna be expensive to go there, but it is off-peak season for the United States. There's no really major holiday during that time. School's not off, so it's gonna be off peak, so it's not peak season. So airline tickets will be cheaper, not cheap, but it's gonna be cheaper than, of course, something like Christmas or even Thanksgiving and whatnot. So I'm seriously considering going there in October if I'm financially able to. And of course, I'm gonna take my girlfriend. We're gonna enjoy Japan and all that stuff. Then we'll play, and then we'll go enjoy Japan a little more and stuff. All right, so congratulations to Fab Foundry and MidMax Game for able to secure a spot to be able to host the calling in the United States. Fab Foundry is gonna do Portland, and MidMax is gonna do Chicago in December. Oof. It's already a cold city. Now you're gonna do it in December. Everybody, you better bundle up if you're going to the one in Chicago. So usually one of the big events are usually reserved to big distribution game companies such as Channel Fireball in the past, and now Star City Games. They were the one because they have the bandwidth and the staff to run these events. Because if you think about it, the calling is not just the calling, right? The calling is that one big event, and then you have side events, and you also have the battle hardens, and then you also, I'm pretty sure you have, I'm sure you're gonna have like big enough venue where you could hold, you have other vendors coming in too, so you can make money off of that. It'll be a fool if you don't, make a big place, so you could charge people money to vend there and all that stuff. And also, there's a lot of staff, right? Staffing for the judges, staffing for make sure everything goes well, because you're gonna have and then staffing for side events too. A lot of things, staffing for the prize wall tickets and all that stuff. That's a lot of things. So I'm pretty sure MidMax and Fab Foundry, they're gonna do a good job. Even if they don't do like a crazy banger of a job, but it's a learning lesson too. And to get you to be good at something, you gotta practice. So yeah, that's a good thing. Now, last thing I want to end off with is the dice update. I just literally this morning I woke up to a text to my manufacturer. She literally gave me the best news again. She's like, great news. Custom has released our shipment, so we're gonna get our shipment within a week of today. So maybe next week. Today's the 22nd, so maybe the 27th. We'll get the thing, or the end of this month. So that's great news for me. Great news for you guys if you've been waiting to get some of the dice. And I'll see you next time. Let me know what you're excited for this unveiling of Part of Mistveil for yesterday. I'll catch you next time. Peace.